Hello everyone, welcome to the course Tourism Culture in Yunnan. I'm Xu Wei from Yunnan Normal University. Today, let's begin with a video clip.
传说中有一片净土。
Do you know the ancient town in the video? It is the first World Heritage in Yunnan province. It reflects the harmony between man and nature. It was described as heaven by a famous American botanist in the 1920s. Yes, the focus of today is Lijiang Ancient Town, which can be briefly described using 3 H words: heritage, harmony, and heaven. Why? Let's find the answers in class today. Lijiang Ancient Town is located in northwestern Yunnan province. It sits in the middle of the Lijiang flatland on the Yunnan-Guizhou Plateau. It covers an area of 4 square kilometers and with an elevation of 2,400 meters. It is the most well-known ancient town in Yunnan. What is the first H? Please look at the entrance of the town. The honorable title on the screen wall is eye-catching. World Cultural Heritage. Lijiang Ancient Town was officially recognized as a World Cultural Heritage by UNESCO in 1997. Now it's time to figure out the meaning of the first H. Yes, H stands for heritage. What makes Lijiang a cultural heritage? The direct answer is an earthquake. Do you know that Lijiang was struck by a magnitude 7 earthquake in 1996? At that time, everyone supposed that the ancient town was completely ruined. Surprisingly, the basic structure of most of the buildings in the ancient town still remains stable. After investigation, experts discovered that the secret in the local houses was the wooden joint design that helped to stabilize the architecture. The traditional residential houses in the ancient town are wooden architecture with earth walls. The wooden joints of the rafts and beams are effective in keeping the house stable. The wooden joint design is a smart earthquake-proof design in local dwellings in Lijiang. If we check historical records, Lijiang Ancient Town has experienced hundreds of earthquakes. However, there is a traditional saying which describes the Lijiang Ancient Town after earthquakes. Earth walls collapse, but the wooden structure remains. This is due to the function of the wooden joint structure. The saying clearly tells us why the ancient town could survive earthquakes during the past 800 years. Without the wisdom of the Naxi people in architecture, Lijiang Ancient Town would have been ruined by frequent earthquakes in the past. Therefore, the first H of Lijiang is heritage, which means it deserves the title cultural heritage. When you step into the town, you will be addicted to the crystal clear rivers and streams. There are harmonious connections between the town and the nature. This is half of the answer to the second H, harmony. The ancestors of the local Naxi people were intelligent in choosing proper sites for settlement and utilizing the natural environment to the fullest. The ancient town is located at the foot of the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, which helps to prevent cold air from the northwest and provides endless fresh water to the local Naxi people. The running water in rivers is from the gradual melting of the permanent glacier at the top of the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain. The melting water gathers at the foot of the mountain, so a clear pool is formed. It is called the Black Dragon Pool, in which clear reflections of the snow mountain can be seen. The pool acts as a water source for the ancient town. Water here is divided into 3 rivers running through the ancient town: the East River, the Middle River, and the West River. Then, they are subdivided into countless streams and brooks, which make it convenient for people's daily life. Once the windows or doors are open, running water is available for daily use. Rivers and streams are flanked by the elegant residences of the Nashi people with seasonal flowers and weeping hanging willows. Every corner of the ancient town is a poetic picture. Consequently, an amazing water network formed in the town. Crossing the rivers and brooks are more than 300 bridges, which are convenient for the town's traffic. Bridges also work as markets for local people. It is the intelligence of Nashi people that makes Lijiang the Oriental Venice. What is the other half to explain the second age harmony? Please look at the center of the town. It is a big square called the Square Market by local people. You may wonder, how could a square be a market? This is related to an important commercial road in history, the Tea Horse Caravan Road. Since Lijiang lies close to Tibet, it acts as a trade center and a traffic hub along the Tea Horse Caravan Road. We have introduced this commercial road in the chapter on the history of Yunnan. Here, I would like to narrow down the topic to the role of Lijiang on this commercial road. Why is tea the most important product on this commercial road? Tea is quite important in Tibet because the Tibetan diet contains high calories. Tea provides the necessary vitamins and alkali to balance out the grease. So, caravans of different nationalities buying and selling tea frequented Lijiang. They stayed here to rest, trade, and prepare for their future journeys to Tibet. And gradually, it turned the square into a market. That is why the square features radiating roads and Lijiang ancient town is designed without city walls. It is just like an unfolding palm welcoming the horse caravans. Whenever they arrive and wherever they're from, Lijiang is accessible from all directions. Therefore, Lijiang is very accepting of the culture of different nationalities. This is another half of the understanding for the second age of Lijiang, harmony. It is the harmony of diversified ethnic cultures resulting from commercial exchange on a tea and horse caravan road. Traditionally, all ancient towns in China have city walls. However, Lijiang town is an ancient town without city walls. Why? One explanation comes from the family name of the local chieftain Mu. Based on the structure of the Chinese character, if the chieftain's family name Mu was framed, it would be another Chinese character, Kun, which means being in trouble or being trapped. Therefore, Chieftain Mu preferred a town without city walls, so as to avoid the unlucky meanings. In addition, there are 2 more reliable explanations based on environment and history. Based on the site-choosing wisdom of Nashi people, the layout of the ancient town follows the natural flow of the water. So, it is impossible to frame the ancient town with city walls. Finally, since Lijiang was a town which receives horse caravans, it needed to be open and accessible in all directions for the convenience of horse caravan transportation. Consequently, Lijiang became an open town without city walls. What does the third H mean? The third H stands for heaven. Why? Lijiang is so charming. No wonder the famous American botanist Joseph Rock described it as heaven in his books. It was through Rock's pictures and articles published in National Geography in the 1920s that the Western world was astonished by Lijiang for the first time. Mr. Rock lived here for over 20 years. He got along well with the local Nashi and Tibetan people. He researched on plants, took pictures, and wrote fantastic travelogues about Lijiang. He considered Lijiang his second hometown. It was heaven in Rock's mind. To sum up, this is Lijiang Ancient Town, a heritage of Nashi wisdom, a harmony open to the world, and a heaven to refresh your mind. Okay, so much for today. See you next time. 这里是课程中的关键词，同学们别忘了，这也是知识点哟。